Hello,
Hello, how's it going?
pretty fine, thanks. I am Noé Gonzalez, and let me introduce myself. I am an employee of this firm who exports avocado both to the United States and Canada. And I'm informed that you are my client for this negotiation. Well, let me.
Yes, that is correct. My name is Sarah Smith. My father owns a restaurant that is located in both Saskatchewan and in Texas. And we are receivers of your avocados. We have recently signed a deal for your product.
Yeah. Well, in my case, let me tell you about the avocados. Or avocados are the best product in the market. As that is the reason why we are exporting it to both the United States and Canada. And let me tell you that our clients, the other firms and customers are really enjoying our product. So it is a great opportunity to have you here in this very Zoom session. So let's start. What about your interest as a firm? So we can point out the guidelines of this negotiation.
Absolutely. Well, as a new receiver of your product, in our most recent shipment, we have been disappointed with the quality of the avocados that we have received. Um, our reaction initially was not how we intended to communicate with you. We have been dealing with a lot of family trouble. My father is very sick, and so our family restaurant really is. We are just trying our best to keep it going without him. He is really important to us and to our business. And having one other thing go wrong in this process has been really difficult and really frustrating. So we are just hoping to resolve this issue and hope that it doesn't happen again so that we are able to operate smoothly while we are still going through this. But I do apologize for the way that it went last time and hope that we can come to terms with an agreement that will support both parties.
Well, it's nice to hear that. Like, even though you are passing some difficult times, you are still pending on this situation regarding the relations between your restaurant and us. And let me tell you that even though it's hard, the situation about your family, we are interested in to support the restaurant and have a long-term relationship, so we can both be benefit about this relation. So um, let's start. What are your interests?
Um, well, I think the largest issue that we just faced was the transportation of the avocados. We do believe that that should be in the hands of the supplier, as they are the ones that know the product, so you would know how to best care for it. So we are hoping that you'll resolve this issue by taking charge of the transportation and then just ensuring that the quality of the product is getting to us in a way that doesn't soil or spoil the avocados.
Okay. In other international transaction we made, we rely on these Incoterms, which are these international rules which delimit all these uh, responsibilities and rights of the owner and the buyer. In this case, we used to have this Incoterm, this rule of divided the responsibilities and the risk also in equally. This is the full price, but we can manage the whole price delivery, which involves the descent from Mexico to your current location in uh, Canada, but I don't know which part. Saskatchewan. I didn't hear that well. Saskatchewan.
Yes, we have one restaurant in Saskatchewan and one in Texas.
Okay. So we are negotiating this transportation from Mexico to Saskatchewan in Canada, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, we are in Mexico City. This is in the middle of the country. So the main way of transportation, it could be by air or even though by sea. Let me explain this because sometimes our clients leads on a way we don't in these transportation modes. For example, in the airway, we used to use it for emergency times. Like for example, our client needs some extra help, like right now, like for example tomorrow, and we organize the things and we send it to an airline. Or otherwise, in normal situation, we use this C mode, or in the case of the United States, the land mode. In this case, the C mode is the cheapest way of transportation. So we can use that way of transportation that gives us the capacity enough to send you as much as avocado as much as you want. So I don't know how many avocados you want, like for example, in this order. So let's talk about it.
Sure. I am okay with looking at different methods of transportation. However, if the method of transportation doesn't provide me the highest quality of avocados, then I do have other people that I can receive these avocados from, and I don't need to continue this trade agreement. So that's why I think that it is valuable for you to consider the options of giving us a better transportation method and taking care of that, because my other suppliers haven't had these issues. They're the ones that take care of their transportation. And so I am open to looking at other options elsewhere if this is not something that you're able to provide for me.
Okay, I see we have these other people like support us. Like in our case, we have another clients like pays for us in the time we set and all that stuff regarding these bilateral relations. But I do agree of quality. I feel you're concerned about the quality of the product. This is I think we care a lot in our company, like giving the best product for our best clients. And it's interesting to approach that, because sometimes in a negotiation we just wanted this negotiation to be ended, and we are not focusing on the same goal. So as I explained you before, this is a company like seeks for the best quality products. Like in our case, like in this negotiation between you and me, quality is doesn't a worry. We are covered. I'm sure that if you buy the enough boxes, enough avocados, you will be very satisfied with the product. So uh, taking into account what you said, it will be better to set the total amount of avocados in order like we have this quotation, right? I don't, I don't know. What about you?
Um, at what price would you offer the avocados if I were to purchase 100 boxes?
100 boxes, $2 per kilogram.
And what kind of avocados would that be? Would that be small, medium, or large?
It depends, but regularly we work with medium and the large size,
Okay.
so we can fit this box well. Like we how to explain this? We ensure that in our box fits the enough quantity of avocados as we can, and as well we accommodate these boxes into the pallet in order that we can have the whole packages to be stored. So we work with the medium size. We think with the perfect one, but we do work with the small and the large size. It's the thing of knowing the customer needs, and based on that we work on that. So
Okay.
let me repeat that again. You want to work with these medium-sized avocados, or what, or which size do you prefer?
Do you think that you would be able to offer me 100 boxes of the medium avocados, but for $1.50 per kilogram?
Um, it's kind of hard because the thing here is like the market goes around the $2 per kilogram. So if I offer the avocados below that price, my company will be losing gains. So we have been in through severe financial times some months ago because of this pandemic and all this collapse of the supply chains globally. And we do not want to happen again, so we can have still this competitive advantage regarding the quality. And this is why we rely on or will depend on the current price market, in this case of the avocado. And what the market says is $2 per kilogram.
Okay, but would you consider that since in the long run, as a long-term customer, offering a type of discount or a type of something as showing that you honor our relationship? And with that, I will also sign a contract for a long-term deal to um, lock in not just a one-time purchase, but to be a longer-term customer.
Yeah, we can discuss that. One important thing you mentioned is the contract signing, which is a requirement for this bilateral relation with our firm and other companies. So we can stipulate that for the first, I don't know, 5 orders or maybe 10, uh, like in a year, or maybe like in the third year, we can make you a discount in order of the quantity you required, because sometimes people offer us to consider this discount, but the thing is they do not order as we expected. Like we expected to be like enormous quantities, and they just require like, I don't know, 50 boxes, and we consider the discounts above and equal to 100 boxes. So you were telling me about you wanted to have these 100 boxes.
Yeah.
So
What if we set a set quantity of 100 boxes per month throughout the term of the contract? That way, I am locked in at that amount, but it would be at the reduced price, but knowing that I will be purchasing that amount every month.
10 boxes, 100 boxes per month, that sounds great, but in order to us to be safe regarding the financial aspect, I do like to reach that, but after a month, after a year or 2 years in a row, in order that we can be safe, during this until the pandemic is over, so we can ensure our people and not to lose any other customer. So let me say what I understand on this. You wanted $100 per month with a price with a lower prices. This is correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And what I'm saying is that we agree on that, but we wanted to be like 2 years after this negotiation in order to secure our people after this whole pandemic situation globally, right?
Sure. So if we signed a 2-year contract for 100 boxes at $1.50 per kilogram, is that would that support you?
I will be happy we can negotiate a long term, like for example, 5 or maybe 10 years, in order that we can have a current merchandise flow with you and with our other customers, so we can have this long-term relationship. Because as we know it as long-term is like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So the 2 year is like the short term for us, but we
Okay.
can sign a contract with a length period of 5 years if you wanted to accept, and passing the year number 2, we can we can make this discount that you wanted to have.
Sure.
Yeah. In this contract signing, it is very important to stipulate both our rules, like the rules of the game, in order to specify the transport, the number of boxes periodically, also the terms and conditions and the warranties. So let's talk about it.
Sure. What do you think?
I do think like we can have this. I don't know if you wanted to have this sea transport or the air transport based on what I've been saying in the beginning of the negotiation. Like this monthly order will have like an emergency, or maybe it's like the whole order as another order you made.
Okay. I'm fine with the different methods of transportation. The only thing that I would like you to consider is which one will keep my avocados in the best condition,
In the best conditions, okay.
and are able to keep that temperature at about 5 degrees Celsius, because as we've seen in the past, the method of transportation that you used did not do that, and so the avocados that I received were not of high quality. And so I was really disappointed with that order. So I just would like that to be resolved and that it won't happen again in the future.
So you are saying that the transport weren't didn't have the weather condition about above 5 degrees for the avocados. Okay,
That is correct.
so we are keeping an eye on that. We are setting this sea or air transport. What do you prefer?
Well, what did you use when my avocados came and they were not in good condition?
The sea transportation, because it is optimal for us.
Um, well, I think that I would prefer the air transportation. However, if the sea is optimal for you, then I would be okay with that as long as you agree to pay for that transportation. Because that way, if something is wrong, at least I'm not the one that is paying to transport it in that method.
Okay, yeah. with that being said, we can set the sea transport with a total number of boxes of 100 boxes monthly.
Mhm.
Monthly with a price, with an initial price of $2 per kilogram.
$1.50.
Excuse me.
I thought we had agreed on $1.50 per kilogram.
We do agree on $1.50, passing the year number 2, but initially
Oh,
it is a $2 per kilogram.
sure.
Okay, just let me write it down. $1.50 for year 2. Year 2. Okay. Regarding the terms and conditions, we have been discussing like you want for us to send the avocados to the current location of the restaurant, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So in translated in other words into the formal words that the contract requires, it could be a DDP mode. This regarding the Incoterms we have been discussing. That means we as a firm look for everything that covers the scent of the merchandise from the origin to the destination in Saskatchewan, Canada. So regarding these guarantees, do you want to have these guarantees in order that we can be both safe in this negotiation?
Mhm. And what will you do for me if this happens again?
Well, I will give you an extra percentage of the product if you wanted to have. Like for example, if you buy 100 boxes, maybe we can have these extra boxes. Like if you see like your product is damaged in 2 boxes, we can replace that boxes with 2 more boxes in the next order. Like,
Yes, sounds good.
sounds good.
Yeah.
So write it down. It could be like the number of boxes to be which are damaged
Mm-hmm.
will be replaced on the next order.
Mm-hmm.
As an extra. Okay. Well, sounds very interesting. All these terms and conditions we have been discussing right now. So another issue, another thing you want to discuss regarding the avocados transport or other things about our company?
No, I feel content with the agreement that we have come to.
Okay. Just one more thing, like for example, of how many years we are going to have this long-term relationship until further negotiation.
Well, if you're okay with the suggestion that you had made prior about a 5-year agreement, and then at that point we can reevaluate and re-sign, just because with COVID-19, as you had mentioned before, everything is very unpredictable. And so I don't know if it is possible to plan beyond that horizon at this point. However, once we are at that stage, maybe we could reevaluate and reconsider what we will do going forward.
Well, sounds a reasonable length of time regarding of what you said about this COVID-19 situation and the thing of or of how this pandemic impact us as a firm as personally. So I will be happy speaking about my company to sign a contract with a 5 line period with you in order that we can both have this long-term relationship and we can be benefit about this bilateral relation. Other things you wanted to say?
No, that is all.
So being 10:49 of the day 22 of November 2021, we end formally your meeting, and I consider we reached the goal, which was to have a long-term relationship regarding on our interest and to be satisfied with ourselves and with our customers. What do you think about it?
Yes, I think that is great. Thank you so much for your time and for this partnership. I'm looking forward to building this relationship and having you help fuel our restaurant.
Yeah, thanks for what you said. And if you have any further um, question or comment, please contact us. We will be happy to attend you. You have our contact, and if you don't, we can send it through email. So I think this is it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.